Here's something I used to do all the time. Kick off a unit by handing out a list of key vocabulary words. It felt like the right move. It was organized, structured, and a good way to help students start talking like scientists. I really thought I was setting them up for success. But it turns out I was actually getting in their way. I was asking students to memorize words for ideas they didn't understand yet. It was like giving them a map before they even knew where they were going. They didn't know what the terms meant, so they couldn't hold on to them. OpenSciEd helps to flip that. Instead of starting with words, we start with wonder. We ask students to puzzle through something they don't understand yet, and then the vocabulary comes after the idea makes sense. For example, in the 7th grade matter cycling unit, students spend the first half talking about how and why plants need and can get food. Then, in lesson 6, they use a simulation to model the chemical reactions happening inside plant cells. They figure out that plants take in carbon dioxide, water, and light and transform them into sugar and oxygen. Only after they can describe that process in their own words do we name it as photosynthesis. That word lands because they've earned it. And the research backs this up. Brian Brown and others have shown that when students learn the concept first and then the word, they understand both better. Vocabulary becomes a bridge, not a barrier. This approach is especially powerful for multilingual learners and those who don't feel like science kids. When we say, "Don't worry about the perfect word, just tell me what you think," we open so many doors. Of course, not every word gets earned like this. Some are given when they help students talk more easily about ideas they already understand. For example, in that same lesson, students are told that the kind of sugar plants make is called glucose. Since sugar isn't the central idea they're figuring out, and they already know what sugar is, we don't need them to earn glucose. We can just tell them. Each OpenSciEd unit includes a really helpful planning tool in the lesson overview. It's the Guidance for Developing Your Word Wall table. It breaks vocabulary into 3 categories: words students earn, words they encounter, and words that are reinforced from earlier units. It's a great way to figure out when it's worth digging into a word and when it's okay to let it sit until students are ready. I'll admit, the first time I saw that table, I thought it could be a great vocab list. But now, I use it to plan the best time to introduce vocabulary, right after students have figured out the idea. That's when the term is most meaningful and really clicks. So that's why I stopped pre-teaching vocabulary. Not because it isn't important, but because it's too important to throw at kids before they're ready. Now, they earn the words, and those words mean something.